Perfect. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest for everyone else, as these are collective messages. They're also timeless, even if I do reference a particular moment in time or transit. Take what resonates with you. Hello, good morning, Andy. Welcome in. Okay. As always, we get started here with our energy activation. Shadana, hello. Welcome in. Sean, hello. Welcome in. Cynthia, hello. Oh, I thank you. It's actually a dress. So, Kali Ma brings her blessings to today's message. As does Hecate. If you are open to receiving this energy activation, we are tapping in with 345. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for your blessing, Kavit. Welcome in, Sherry. Deirdre, hello. Violet, welcome. There we go. If you're new to my channel, welcome in. I always start my live streams with an energy activation with a Reiki blessing. And that sets us up to flow right into the message for today. Well, messages. Again, tapping in with 345 if you are open to receive. Again, 345 if you are open to receiving this energy activation. This is amethyst, one of my oldest pieces. That is a compliment on the highest, XYZ. Thank you for your blessing. Again, 3, 4, 5 if you are open to receiving. Ooh, wow. Okay. There's one more stone that Spirit's asking for. And thank you for your patience with the background noise. All right, we're just about finished here with the Reiki portion. This is brecciated jasper. Okay. So we're going to get into today's messages, as you may or may not be aware of. Mercury retrograde began yesterday. And this is going to be an invitation for you to strive for balance. If you weren't already feeling completely off kilter yesterday because of these energies, then you probably woke up in that energy today, or whenever you're finding this message. There are some aspects of what Mercury retrograde has to teach you that are relevant to you at this point in your seasons, whether or not it's actually Mercury retrograde. And I find also that depending on the year and the time and the reader, certain Mercury retrograde messages will they can be translated across different retrograde seasons across time. So we're going to talk today about balance, about manifesting, and about the power of your thoughts. today, and what that really means when you're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. And I also want to remind everyone that on my Saturday morning live streams, welcome in. If you're new here, hello, my name is Julia Rose. But I always end these or close these specific sessions, these live streams, with a candle prayer where I charge a candle full of Reiki, and then we all put our prayers into it. Now, I want to mention that Gaia is really angry, and this is no surprise given the state of things globally, but you've been noticing in the news a lot of increased seismic activity, whether that's looking like hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and other storms of disturbance. Some of these have been incredibly fatal, and always in these candles at the end of these sessions, I pray for those souls and I pray for those families and those places on earth that they receive some of the healing energy of that candle. And when all of you add your intentions and your prayers to these practices, whether you're joining me in this practice or you have your own practice of grid work or prayers for healing for the earth and for the collective, Spirit needs you to remember that these things make a difference. Your thoughts matter, your prayers matter, and your action matters too. So please stick around for that. I want to say also that you've been experiencing a lot of the regulating in your body that Gaia has been trying to move through, whether that's the loss of appetite, the changes in appetite, disturbed sleep, as well as the heart beating faster, even if it's not like directly correlated to something you're experiencing in the moment. You'll just find that your heart is beating faster because it's trying to move energy. That's also the earth trying to move energy through the she's trying to move energy through the heart space, and as your body is also a conduit and a balancer for earth, that these symptoms manifest in your body in a way that mirrors what's happening on earth. So I want you to be very careful, Violet, when you say that these weather disasters are man-made. I want you to be very careful when you say that. I need all of you to be very intentional with your words and the things that you're saying and the things that you're agreeing to by verbalizing them. Tammy, welcome. Because I have a lot of members of this collective that are wanting to ascribe some sort of demoniac nature to a subset of the collective, to kind of use that as a reason for why things are how they are. And I'm not going to deny that there are things that we don't understand that are affecting and influencing the way this world operates. However, the more attention you give to these things, it gives them more power over the way that you act, the way that you behave, and the way that you live your life. Mercury retrograde this time around is about radical accountability for your thoughts and the way you speak. Yes, these are a consequence of the consciousness of humanity at this time. It's a call to action. Saying that it's like the Wizard of Oz and there's the little man behind this giant screen in the control room. However true that may or may not be, giving power to something like that can completely take you off track. So it's very important that you are being incredibly vigilant about what you are creating with your thoughts, because your thoughts create your reality. If you look for darkness, you will see darkness, you will experience darkness, and you will lower your vibration. If you seek out balance in all things, to strive to understand that there is an innate duality in the human experience, you will create a balance of an equal dark and light experience. If you choose to take anything that happens to you, anything in your past, anything in your present, and create a perspective around it that allows you to maintain your fullest vibration of love, of givingness, of compassion, of faith, you will continue to rise in your consciousness and your life will shift to mirror that. That's why it's a practice, because the subconscious mind wants to take every single opportunity to name, blame, shame. But that's the ego's way of protecting itself. As someone who is elevating their consciousness and becoming more conscious and self-aware, you understand that that process doesn't necessarily go away. It's just that you call your power back from its ability to define you. You define yourself. So if some of you have been kind of on the fence or a little bit here, a little bit there, seasons without your manifestation practices, your meditation practices, this is the time for you to really lean into the power of the consistency in those practices that will then create so many lasting positive changes in your life. I always say, where your attention goes, energy flows. And your intention drives your attention. And if you're not being intentional and you're not creating those spaces in your day where you can meditate on, well, what really matters to me? What is it that I really want? What is it that I want to change? If you're not asking yourself these questions and you're just sitting here, well, they're doing that, they're doing this, everyone's just going to be like that, your powerful belief in that, dare I say, your stubbornness, is going to guarantee that that's how every single circumstance will manifest for you. Regain control of your mind by choosing the thoughts that serve you. Choose the practices, the tools, the content that serves your expansion, that serves your growth. I'm not saying love and light wash every single thing in your life, but really be clear about asking yourself, well, what am I focusing on that really doesn't serve me? And how's that affecting me? It's really important that you're diligent. It's really important. Mhm. And I think it's funny too, because I know that people come to psychic mediums sometimes because they want to be validated and, well, this person's doing that and that one's a demon and everyone's a demon and everything's terrible and the darkness and the witchcraft and all this blah, 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 blah. And I went off about this a little bit last week. That's not always the case. It's not always the case. And I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. What's actually going to help you get to where you're trying to go and create what you're wanting to experience. And that's not always going to be validating the negativity that is manifesting out of fear. said what I said. I offer this to my guides, my angels, my ancestors of the Holy Light and the Creator, as well as your ancestors, your guides, and your angels. So, again, if you have been lax on your meditation, on your spiritual hygiene, on consciously consuming spiritual texts that raise your vibration and that improve your discernment and your conscious thought, I'm not going to tell you what those are. You have a really good idea of what's been nagging on you. I really need to listen to that person more. I really need to read that kind of stuff more. I really need to check out that magazine or look into that person's books. Anything that connects you with the truth of your spirit and enables you to feel comfortable materializing your goals, that is going to serve you. Three of Cups. What you focus on grows. And if you don't have your intention driving your attention, then your mind is running in circles all day trying to figure out where to start. If some of you wait until the evening before you go to sleep to have all of your intentional conscious connecting time, your prayer time, your manifestation journaling time, your gratitude journaling time, move it to the morning so you can get to sleep earlier and you can start your whole day on the right foot in that flow. That's going to serve you better than playing catch up all day. So you can find relief in those practices. Take that conscious, intentional time of creation and move it to the morning. That conscious time of connecting, move it to the morning. And watch your whole life change. Okay, thank you, Spirit. King of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. And the World. Three of Cups, King of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, and the World. That's exactly what I was just saying. That is quite literally exactly what I was just saying. Be single-minded in what you wish to create. Be singly minded on your joy. Be singly minded on the love within you, because when you're focused on that, the love in you, and things happen that don't go as you plan, or maybe you're surrounded by everyone else's negativity, you remember that you have the power to alchemize every single experience you have into love. You have that power. So this Mercury retrograde is about reclaiming the power of your mind. It's Mercury retrograde in Leo, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll get there in a second. Three of Cups, King of Swords. Oh, here we go. There it is. The 8 of Pentacles and the World. the Eight of Pentacles, and the World. Welcome in, Brendan. Three of Cups, King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, the World. Your undivided attention, your undivided thoughts on the feelings you wish to generate more of, the things that bring you joy. That feeling comes from within you before your external reality can mold to that. Life doesn't come from the outside in. It starts within you and ripples outward. That's what it means to be a spiritual being in a human experience, a co-creator. Your intention is on the vibration you wish to emanate that makes you feel good. Choosing thoughts that align with that. And then letting that aligned feeling and thought direct you towards the action that best serves continuing to create that joy, that love, that abundance, that wealth, whatever it is. It starts with you. Anything else is avoidance. It starts with you. And that is how, literally, Three of Cups, King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles to the World, that's how you change your life. Some of you have been called to continue to go deeper into the teachings of people like Abraham Hicks or Bashar. I know these are the common examples I give on my channel, but there are plenty of other mediums and channelers that bring information that is of this same frequency, of this same ideology, that your thoughts hold the power to change everything. Your thoughts hold the power. Stop giving that power away by letting your mind run away with you. It takes practice to interrupt that pattern and choose what serves you best, serves your goals and your futures best. But the more you do it, the more confident you become, and the easier it is to keep that ball rolling. So many people come to me and say, Julia, change is so hard. It's so hard to change my life. It's so hard to change my habits. I would wager to say that the best remedy there is to ask repeatedly and make offerings repeatedly to your guides to help you. Because that's already putting you in the vibration to receive, because you're calling out for that particular intention. Welcome in, Ari. But Natalie, again, I don't think enough people feel joy. Well, that's going to create an experience where you're not seeing people around you experiencing joy. There are plenty of happy people. There are plenty of resilient, strong, spiritually oriented people. But does seeing that lack of joy around you make it easier to stay in a mirrored vibration to that? This is the power of your thoughts. You set the standard, and everything around you just reflects that back to you. Sometimes these are experiences that teach you, thank you, Spirit, exactly, wow. These are experiences that teach you where your thoughts have not been aligned with what you want to experience. Because again, when you're positively manifesting things and you're blind to certain aspects of your being or your habits, your unconscious, that are sabotaging that, focusing on that thing will say, hey, well, become aware of where you've been blocking that blessing. Become aware of where you've been allowing doubt to block this vibration that you're creating. None of these things happen in isolation. Your meditation doesn't happen in isolation. Your manifesting doesn't happen in isolation. Your shadow work does not happen in isolation. Your triggers do not happen in isolation. Your health and well-being, your balanced life does not happen in isolation. To raise your consciousness, to expand your level of awareness, means to understand the ways all of these move together and are, that's a great question, I'll get there. How all of these things are interfering with each other when you deny one's ability to affect you. If you're too focused on the physical, but you're not taking care of your mind, it doesn't matter what your life looks like because you'll never be happy because your thoughts are controlling you. If you focus on meditation without any action and mindfulness without any action, you're not going to get anywhere. If you focus on what you want if you decide what you want by giving more life to what you don't want, by saying, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that, your currency is your attention. So focusing on that thing is bringing that thing to you because it's what you're paying attention to. Do you see how all of these things all come together? Your shadow work, your triggers. These happen sometimes, inevitably, because you're focused on creating more well-being and balance. So you're going to be given experiences that show you how to put that into practice. You've been wanting peace. Well, you're going to be made aware of everything that's taking away from your peace and what you're allowing to do that, what you're tolerating. It comes back to boundaries. All of these things are connected. No one thing or aspect of your life exists in isolation. That's just not how the universe works. That's not how creation works. That's not how source works. Mm-hmm. So, how do you know when you're spiritually bypassing? That is an amazing question. And I know I've touched on it before, but I think it's important to keep this in mind here. Spiritual bypassing is the denial of your feelings. It is the denial of the fullest range of human experience. And when you are focused on just clearing things up in your mind and changing the way you think about things, but not processing through your body the feeling of those thoughts, the feeling of letting go of old stories that don't serve you, the feeling of lack. If you're not in tune with your body, you're not going to be aware of what you're feeling. If you compartmentalize your emotions, you're not going to be able to understand what's blocking you from moving in a certain direction. So it comes back to your intention too. Being comfortable with all of you. Because that's how you create balance. You cannot integrate or expand to the degree you really, really want to the degree I know you want to, without taking accountability for every single aspect of your mind, body, spirit, and life. It's not just a mind game. The feelings that you have, that you deny or run from, by choosing to say, well, I just want to feel this, I just want to feel that. Well, if you're feeling a certain way and that's not going away, and you're trying to bypass that by just focusing on the light, you're not actually solving the problem and healing that pain, which would actually help you get to where you're trying to go. And spirit will create situations that will make that inevitable. If you really genuinely mean, when you tell your guides, when you talk to the creator, when you talk to your angels, your ancestors, if you really mean everything you say, and you really want everything that you want, they're going to move you through letting go of everything that does not serve you. That is the work you cannot bypass. Whether it's letting go of an addiction, it's letting go of an abusive, toxic marriage or relationship. It's letting go of an addiction to sweets. Whether that's needing psychological support from a trained professional. Literally, whatever you need, spirit will bring you the truth of the problem as well as the solution. You just have to be open to both and moving through understanding the problem fully, completely. Because if you're not having a aha realization, oh crap, release, then you haven't actually figured it out. Everyone bypasses spiritually. Everyone. Also choosing to focus on, they did this, she did that, but everyone this, these ancestral wounds, but everything else around me. That person's doing dark things to me. That person's doing whatever. And it's all about what everyone else is doing and not about what you're not doing. That's also spiritual bypassing. It's not just love and lighting your way through life. To actually love and light your way through life genuinely means that you understand and take accountability for your own darkness. And you cannot tolerate or handle your own darkness until you accept, or others' darkness, until you accept it within yourself. Radical accountability is the antidote to spiritual bypassing. Whether that's in terms of budgeting and money spending, again, feeling your emotions or avoiding them, blaming everyone else for your problems, that's all outsourcing your power to something you have no control of. When you actually do have more control over yourself, over your life, than what you think. Over what you magnetize towards you, you have more control over that than you think. What's good, Justin? Welcome in. Or hello. So, Mercury retrograde is going to be, how do you take care of all of you? Leslie, welcome. How do you take care of all of you? Mm-hmm. Y'all know, I serve it straight. And I don't tell you anything that I have not been made to learn myself. These next few cards, let's get into them. The Lovers. Mm-hmm. The Tower. The Six of Pentacles. And the Seven of Wands. The Lovers in the Tower says, well, what choices are you making that really don't serve you? You hear my phone buzz in confirmation. What choices are you making that do not serve you? What are you ready to change? When you are manifesting and you're focusing on what you want, the person that you become in order to maintain those things is not the person you are today. Because if you were already that person, you would already have all of these manifestations. This requires a change in your identity, the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the boundaries that you maintain, and the things you let slide. What you focus on, what you work towards. How you solve problems. How you cope. So focusing on everything you want and allowing the identity shifts to take place will carry you into a receiving mode. Because when you are already the person that feels the way that you would feel when you have all these things, because you know you're doing everything in your possible power to make them happen and remain optimistic about it. Notice that's not just keep your eyes on the prize, that's carry your butt there. And don't worry about the possibility of failure, because if you're even letting your mind go there for a second, you've lost everything you've been working towards. The discipline of your mind is everything. No more excuses, collective. No more excuses. The Seven of Wands is asking you to be loyal. Be loyal to your future by letting everything right now change as it's supposed to. By letting yourself outgrow old coping mechanisms, old ways of communicating, old self perceptions. What are you loyal to? What are you loyal to? This is not a question of being submissive or humble. Because to be humble does not mean to say that, you know what, I don't need that. I don't need this. You know what, it would be nice, but that's okay. To be humble means to recognize your value and to stand on it. To be graceful with yourself and to be graceful with others. It does not mean to deny your desires or your existence. It does not mean to deny your place in reality, in your reality. To be humble means that you recognize everyone is a spiritual being living a human experience. Being gracious enough to know that there are people who know more than you, that are doing better than you, and there are people that know less than you and need your help. That in all of these cases, you're respectful, compassionate, and kind. It means to know your worth in truth. Not to say that to be humble does not mean to say that you must live as an ascetic or renounce the world, renounce the earth. That's not the point of being here. That's not the point of being here. The point of being here is to follow your desires and learn all the lessons along the way that you're supposed to, whatever that ends up being for you. Now, that's different and comes from that kind of confidence, that kind of self awareness comes from being surrendered to the Creator. That comes from being surrendered. And that means that when you know you need to do something, that you take action on it instead of waiting for someone else to make you do it. It means radical accountability. It means trusting that as much as you work towards something, you never know what's going to happen. And that all you have control over right now is what you're focused on right now. And the faith that you have, that you are always guided, that you are always protected, and that things always work out for you, even if it goes in a way that you don't expect it to. To be surrendered means you trust the process of the work speaking for itself. It means you listen to your intuition instead of doubting it. It means you listen and act on your guidance instead of doubting it or saying, maybe tomorrow, yeah, but only if I had the strength or confidence that they did. That doesn't come from anywhere outside of you. That comes from the choices you make and what you choose to believe. Confidence isn't a denial of your own shadows, nor is it wearing them like a badge. It's honoring that you are perfectly imperfect and doing your best anyway. No one's asking you to be superhuman. No one's asking you to be superhuman. The point of coming here and learning is to become more of yourself and take those lessons back to the Creator when it's time for you to leave. So don't deny the lessons by denying Leah, I serve as a mirror. And that's another thing too. People that shine very brightly, people have the tendency to be like, but you're like this and your life is like that. Yeah, but there's some like shadows. I'm sorry. I'm so powerful that an ordained minister thought I was the devil. Seriously. That I could help so many people, that people could be inspired to change their lives based on the action that I take. Lisa, welcome in. That I could believe in myself and my own connection to the divine enough that someone genuinely believed that I was powerful enough to be Satan? Please, you're just scared. Don't try to say you guys, oh, there's so much darkness around you. No, you're scared, bitch. You are scared because you do not understand the level of faith that I have. You just walk around pretending you do. That's the end of my story. And that's why I don't listen to anyone until Spirit tells me to. Thank you for your perspective, Leah. People are going to be uncomfortable when you're yourself, and you don't have to respond in a way that would suit them. Because when you are taking accountability for your vibration. You know that people are only going to see what they want to see because they're living in a world of their own thoughts. But do you see exactly what I was talking about? Spirit gave you a real example right here, right now, in this chat. Your self-definition does not have to be based on what other people are telling you you are, or telling you your experience is. It's different to be seen than it is for someone to try to bring you down. Do you understand the power of your mind? You can either believe all the crap that everyone's telling about you, or you can say, you know what? I actually know who I am. And I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you're uncomfortable, but that has absolutely nothing to do with me. And I'm going to keep living my life and I'm going to keep doing what I do because what I do matters to me. And I know that I'm here to help people. And sometimes the healing is that they get triggered AF. Because it's easier to not take accountability for your own thoughts, isn't it? To demonize everyone else and everything else. This is exactly what I was saying, family. This is exactly where I started with this message. You decide. I will go back and you know what, Natalie? I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I'm gonna say something here today that I need to have as a short. So I'll go back and look for that when that uploads for sure. Y'all. What's what's that song, Spirit? It go what is it a movie? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know that I have a lot of work to do on myself. I know I have a lot of room for growth, but I'm still celebrating everywhere that I'm headed because of how far I know I've come. Please honor the progress that you're making. Honor the progress that you're making. Because the more you know yourself, the less anything says is going anything anyone says that makes you feel like it's pulling you down. People cannot handle that. People literally cannot handle you being in your power. They literally cannot handle when you speak your truth. I'm sorry, it's my channel. I can say whatever the hell I want to say. I said what I said. It's Saturday Morning Live. Welcome in, mofos. I can say whatever I want to say. That doesn't mean I'm going to say anything or whatever, but the choice is mine. And I say that with the most love and light. All right? We learn the hard way sometimes. And I don't like sometimes that that's my medicine for you at times, that I got to be with you. But that's what it is. And where you start to take radical accountability of yourselves, you're not going to tolerate less than that from other people, even if you set that boundary in a very gentle way. Just be you. Just keep swimming. Damn. Just keep swimming. Ah. Shadana, it alchemizes the demons. Thank you. No, I don't believe that. You know what? No, that's a different conversation for another time. If you want to hear my take and what Spirit has taught me about attachments, entities, possession, all that stuff, you're going to have to wait for KRS. I teach Kundalini Reiki system. It's a Reiki master teacher course. And Spirit has that on the back burner right now because there are a lot of things that I am building in my life at this time. And I am very excited to make that announcement very shortly to you soon about exactly what that is. And I just need you to know that it doesn't mean that I'm going to be any less present with you here, because you are why my whole life has changed. So thank you for being here with me. Genuinely, I can't do this if it's not for you. Spirit, you're funny. Thanks, Nar. No, like, it's so funny to watch real time though when my joy really bothers people. It's so funny to me real time. And it makes me sad because I'm like, you're really missing out. You're really missing out. Yes, there are still horrible atrocities taking place everywhere, all the time. And yet, I know my medicine is helping you wake up to the truth of your being, your eternal nature, and that when this ride is over, you're going back to that place of eternal beingness, of bliss. That's my job. Uh-huh. Exactly. Oh, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. No, because we got to pivot here in a second. No. Nice try. No. Exactly. So well said, Julia. What matters is not how you learn, but that you can. And isn't that the deepest celebration of the growth you've made up to this point? The only reason you're so scared of what comes next is because you know how much more powerful you are and how much easier it's going to be when you get there, when you really just let yourself run. You didn't have the privilege of being this conscious before, but now that you actually understand the process, you're more scared because you're worried that you're going to F it up, but you're not. You're not. It's always been happening. You just have a greater awareness, which makes your subconscious go, oh, but more things can go wrong. Well, don't focus on that. So what? Or things could go really great and you could get everything that you wanted. Or you could just see it right there. I'm done. That's the message. Those are the cards, Spirit. We had the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, and then what? The Ace of Cups. Five of Wands, 2 of Swords, Ace of Cups. Like, this is just... It's just saying that unnecessary conflict within you is being resolved because you're seeing that you don't have a reason to run away from your truths. Bam. When you surrender to a more accurate reflection, thank you for those mirrors, Kolda, a more accurate reflection of yourself, seeing where certain actions, thoughts, behaviors are not serving you and what kinds of things you want to see more of, making sure that you're looking for both. Because maybe you are meditating, it's just not consistent. You want to see more consistency, so you're going to focus on doing the thing that you want more of. And speaking positive intention, that you can get to a point where it is autopilot for you to have your morning routine. It is autopilot. But because it's new, you have to develop that autopilot. All of your habits that you have now were at some point conscious choices that then made it easier for them to be long-standing. I love this because this is going to change your perspective on everything. This Mercury retrograde is going to change your perspective on everything in a good way, in a beautiful way, in an abundant way. Wow. Norman, did you get my emails? Because I emailed you at the email you booked with me with, but I didn't hear from you back on that email. It was a number that was an email. Let me know if you received those. And Irby, look out for an email from me. Overcoming one of your greatest fears during this retrograde? Not surprised. Yeah, Lisa, I feel that. I feel that. Oh, Brandon, thank you for being you. Thank you for your blessing. I love you, collective. You're so wonderful. Truly. Yeah, thank the hanged man on the bottom of the deck. We're just gonna leave it there because this is you changing the perspectives on everything that doesn't serve you so that you can come back into a flow of what actually is gonna carry you forward. Letting go of unconscious resistance. Ooh, yeah, that just like wanted to come out so fast. You're letting go of unconscious resistance by putting your prayers into and you're manifesting your intentions into the things that you want to create and letting spirit tell you very gently, okay, well, this is where you're not really in alignment. Well, this is what you haven't realized, or this is a memory that you forgot about that's been creating this pattern for you. All these things. And then you can just be like, oh my God, that sucks. And then let it go. And by, oh my God, it sucks, I mean, maybe have a little bit of a mental breakdown. But if you need that, you need that. If that's what helps you process and purge the energy, then that's what you need. All right. You have to understand that if you're looking for movement in your life, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen with every single choice that you make today. New beginnings are not out there. They are with what you choose to do right now. Okay? Keep going, fam. Keep going. All right. That's the message. I feel like that's the message. And look out for more updates from me with Mercury messages, Mercury retrograde messages, okay? Be on the lookout for that. Yeah, by the way, my services are all still on super sale for the rest of this month. And you can book with me at fromspiritforlove.com/book-online. See, the time is now. There is only now. If you want to get in touch with me, get in touch with me now. If you want a reading, but you're like, maybe next week, maybe in a few months, well, you're having that thought now for a reason. And you need to book with me. Okay? I do half-hour readings and hour-long readings over Zoom. I have a one-question email that I will email you an answer to a question that you have, and I will channel out like the biggest freaking paragraph for you because I just sit there and I close my eyes and I go, "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da," and your spirit guides are telling me exactly what I'm supposed to be typing, and then I edit it in case I misspell something. But you got options and you got time. All right? Don't wait. Don't wait on your future. Don't wait on the validation. Don't wait for permission. Your permission is the instinct. Your permission is the guidance. Your permission is your connection and your belief in what you want. Of course, timing is real, alignment is real. And if you are constantly in your flow, then naturally you're already doing everything that's right on time for you. That was kind of trippy. I don't even remember what I said. Okay. Well, anyways, we're going to get into our candle now. It's super cute. I put it in a little candle mold. Hey. Isn't that fun? It went better than I expected, honestly. I'm the candle queen. I have like 6 fire placements, and I love the energy of flames. They make me feel so like me. But that said, I also really well, I didn't make the mold. I got the mold. I didn't make the wax. I bought the wax. And I didn't make the wick. I bought the wick, but I put all of the ingredients together and baked the cake. So, I guess I'll let you define it. But it was fun. I feel like I kind of checked that off my desire list, but I'm probably going to start buying candles again, fam. I have a few more to make for the next month. No, yeah, for the next month. And then it will be different. We shall see. Okay. I need some water. Okay. Florida water. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. The last one burned. Okay, you know what was really funny? So, you guys won't believe this, but I tried burning it for 3 days and it didn't actually catch. The flame didn't catch until Monday of this week. The last candle, it only caught on Monday. It didn't actually burn because I guess y'all had to go through more realizations before that could happen. It's like, damn, Spirit, okay. It burnt for a day. And the other one, in the white container, didn't. It burnt for 2 whole days, like 48 straight hours. Okay, so we'll see with this one. Do you need to see it? I think we're just gonna. Let's see, because I like when you can see it. There we go. That's just a deck here. Don't you mind it at all? Okay. I feel like someone here has a question, but like a really burning question. A really burning question. Like it hurts. You're like, oh, but I need to ask. I need to ask this. And I'm going to suggest that you email me, julia@fromspiritforlove.com. Email me because, and I don't think it's you, Colda. I know you will be seeing me and you will be emailing me. And I look forward to that. But there's someone else here too. So reach out, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and I just opened my hands and they're already buzzing with the energy pouring through. So I'm going to bring the Reiki through. And again, if any of you would like to be pouring in your own Reiki as well, you have attunements, you would like to be sending your love and light, however you choose to do that, whether you're dropping hearts in the chat, you're adding your own prayers, you're like doing light language or Reiki on your side of the screen, I invite you to add your energy as well to this candle. It's not a requirement though. Only if you desire. All right. I offer this candle to the Creator. Thank you for the ability to even be here to offer this back to you and to pour in all of this love, all of this healing and prosperity, all of this abundant energy into this candle so that my collective can receive its benefits, as well as the human collective and earthly consciousness as a whole, as well as my own prayers. Thank you. I offer this to the earth and to Cryon, and I ask that Cryon take as much of this energy as well as any star beings working on restoring the grid of Gaia in any way that this energy is available to assist in that process, of course, transcending time and space. And I feel like if there were any prayers that needed an extra boost from the other candles up to this one, because I'm seeing in my mind's eye all of them in a line, please carry those prayers and intentions forward into this candle, especially the healing for the earth. I pray for all of the families who have been displaced or have lost loved ones due to these disasters around the world, these natural disasters. And I pray that all of the animals who are fleeing their homes, that they find a place that is safe and secure for them. Any souls that have lost their lives recently that are needing help transitioning to the other side, let them find this candle as a beacon for light to give them the green light, the okay, the confirmation, the acceptance to complete their transition to the other side. To anyone grieving the loss of a loved one, whether it was yesterday, last week, or 5 years ago, whenever, let this energy be available to you to help you transform your grief, to help you move through your grief and reclaim the narrative of love shared, of honor. Let this be available to all of the endangered species on Earth, to everyone on the front lines, whether dealing with health crises or battlefields. Let everyone feel the presence of the divine and their angels around them. I pray that this energy goes to dismantling unnecessary conflict at all scales by reminding everyone of the truth of love and light as the most healing force for compromise and resolution. Everyone struggling to break free of addictions or toxic relationships, abusive situations. Let these beings find the support and the resources they need. Let them remember their courage and the truth of what they are worthy of. I pray that my collective finds all of their prayers and manifestations amplified and brought to them swiftly, and that anything that must be released in order to receive is alchemized as gently as possible. Again, without karmic interference, these are my prayers. And I want to offer my support and gratitude to all of the star beings who are assisting in transmuting various points on Earth right now to help stabilize Gaia's consciousness. Again, any light workers doing grid work, let this energy be available to them going through and doing grid work. Let all beings remember that anything is possible, and the answer is always compassion in reclamation of power. Let everyone remember that what you focus on grows. And I always invite you to add your own prayers to these candles, but I'm seeing that no one has done that yet. Or did I miss this? No. Thank you, Julia. Here we go. Natalie says, Thank you so much for doing this. I pray for everyone to feel love and pure joy. Beautiful. Julia says, let what is heavy soften. Let what is false dissolve. Let what is true rise gently, without fear, without force. May every soul remember, not through suffering, but through stillness. And so it is. That's a very powerful intention. A very powerful intention. Thank you for sharing that. Brandon's sharing love and victory and medicine. Natalie's reminding everyone that anything is possible. Sean says, let us transmute torment into miracles through intention and action. Let the truth of alignment and harmony prevail. I'm going to ask that anyone else who wants to add some prayers, any intentions. Robert's not here, so I'm going to go ahead and add for him that anyone who is being persecuted for seeking the truth and light be protected and find exactly what they're looking for. Our praise for divine love and light for all light warriors, and may we achieve anything we want, since with God everything is possible. Beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and ask my spirit team, is there anything else that you would like to add? Generally, prayers for abundance and miracles. Let hope not waver in the face of darkness or fear. Let love stand strong. And may harmony prevail. Shadana says, let us brave through the fear. Beautiful. Let miracles rise out of everything that is possible. And let everyone remember that their guides, their ancestors, the creators, only a whisper away. Anyone who's recovering from illness or imbalances, any injuries. Yeah, I have it's a nasty habit, Natalie. Let anyone recovering from injuries or illness receive their healing and recover swiftly. Okay, I feel like that's all. I'm going to go ahead and light this candle for you now. And I'm so grateful that you all made it and that you all stay for this practice. Honestly, it makes such a difference. And to those of you, I could feel you adding your Reiki and energy into this, and I'm grateful for your participation. Again, it makes a difference. Sean showering so much love, as is Violet. Gratitude from Andy. Wonderful. All right, here we go. I love you so, so much. And I will see you all very soon. I don't know if anyone else just felt that, but the whole aura of that just went whoosh. I was like, whoa. That was crazy. Wow. Okay, Spirit. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I'll see you very soon, collective. Take care. Take it easy. Stay conscious. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.